This Inkblot Rorschach reading is for Andria. Andria, here's your Inkblot. Feel free to take a screenshot to scry on your own time and terms. And ironically, Andria, here is the card that obviously didn't get put away, but is standing out for you, so Mermaid. I'm going to dig in here, if you don't mind. This Inkblot was made in your name and essence. I'm going to release the race and the rush, activating the abstract mind and ancient awareness to perceive and receive symbolic support from and for the psyche and psychic senses. Thank you. All right, so I'm going to take this card that like jumped right through Andria, and I feel like there might be a lot going on emotionally, but it's not volatile. It feels, you know, when you're in a pool and it's originally like the water was cold, and then you get, you know, acclimated to the water, and then the water becomes really, really warm. But when you're, you know, head up, or you know, jump out for a second, then the air is really, really cold. So there's a swap, and then you want to like get back into the water because that's where it's actually warmer now. That's what it's making me feel like. Something about a bed or a couch. There might be a spirit that sits with you when you're laying in bed or on the couch. Somebody light is around there. You might be sensing that there's something. Maybe it's like right from solar plexus to high heart, possibly the throat. I feel like something's coming back up. Something's coming back up. And it feels widowy, or dare I say, if I may, kind of feeling sorry for oneself. Like there's just something there. But again, this might be a cycle of something, or something's come up, or an interaction. Maybe if it's even just time that, you know, it's almost like you're chipping away at this little by little, and you just know it's kind of coming up again, and like, okay, I'm going to do what I need to do to work through it. So it's almost like it's becoming smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller, which is great, but you're like still in maintenance mode. I don't want to say diminish it, because there's something about it that is connected to something you or someone you really, really, really cared about. But it might have most recently been triggered, or just rose up again. One, two, three, four. There's clouds up here. I don't know if, yep, it does. It transforms. There's that whole spirit again that sits with you on your couch, and I'm trying to, it might have been something around Thanksgiving, something in the family, something was said, or something came up, maybe a Thanksgiving, something about Thanksgiving might have triggered something, but I don't know that it was expressed necessarily in the moment of you, from you, for you. But there might have been some hollering. I'm hearing. And maybe this is why this is coming back up, or being triggered. And then but you know what to do. You know what to do. I'm trying to discern what I'm seeing there. It's almost like a crow. No, it's a black sheep. So you might be the black sheep of your family in there. Or you just, somebody else's, and that's who you're hollering with. This black sheep is kind of, You know, it's funny. I'm seeing it in two different ways. The black sheep of the family in the typical way, like, oh, they do things differently, or, you know, they're kind of rogue from the rest of the fam clan. But then there's this other black sheep where it's almost like it's a family full of black sheep. Does that make sense? It's a family full of black sheep. That's odd. I only say that because I don't think I've ever seen that before. But there is something, I'm not going to lie, there's something jaggedy. And for lack of a better term, I'm hearing Alanis Morissette's Jagged Little Pill kind of album coming up. I don't know what those are yet. They're starting to form, Andria, so thank you for bearing with me and holding space for me to share my insights. And of course, feel free to comment below if you see, sense, or feel anything. This came up for a sign I did. I think it might have been Aries, but it's the same kind of concept coming through. Sweeping. A commitment that was broken. I'm seeing rings here, but if you notice, like, the ink on one side, it didn't quite make the fold. Okay, but I feel like somebody might be calling you to make a commitment, and you might be hesitant, or something about a commitment that didn't work out felt devastating. It could have even been in this conversation, but there's something about sweeping, and I'm seeing like 1, 2, 3, 4 feathers, like a smudge, literally like a smudging ceremony, and some salt around. I think somebody might have left something at your house or your home. Why? Why would they do that? I'm not going to dig in there. I feel like they're just nosy. Like to have some sort of connection with you. Though I kind of feel like this connection is intentionally inappropriate. Like the intention is inappropriate. There is a cat up there that I'm seeing. And this cat is, so I think you might have right now like a black cat spirit animal. I'm going to start adding on some tarot and oracle. You might, that is, I'm trying to find the correct language because it's highly protective, but at the same time, it's willing to have fun. Like it's not a fuddy-duddy kind of black cat. But I think it just needs a belly rub, if that makes sense, like some kindness, because it's doing a lot of work for you, holding off, and I'm seeing it up here. Holding off what, it's these guys, I'm not really sure what they are. But this cat's like pressing things away. Something wants to play, and it's like, no, okay. So you might have vampiric kind of energies around you right now. Treasure dragon. Oh, they might be working with the dragon. So it's on the bottom. Injustice Medusa. Okay. Andria. This feathering, this sweeping, this smudging, this salting. It's even like the cuff of that shirt. I feel like I almost want to do it in your Inkblot. And if I had my bowl with me, I would. We'll just call upon the smudge. Thank you. I'm just going to smudge while I'm scrying your soul here. from this vampiric energy, because it almost like something in the past or something quite more recent. Again, that whole pool water thing, but it's emotional oriented. But it's about like if the pool that you're in, that's your space. Something has happened. Somebody might have left what is something in your home that they said is a treasure, or given you something like I want you to have this. Maybe I am diving in, like misreading. This is simply what's stepping forward to me the strongest, but cleansing things out definitely could be, especially for winter's coming, because I hear you might be enclosed closer than normal to the energies that are left there and the things that are left there. This is a very healing Inkblot. I don't want to make this feel like it is all nasty Nelly. That's actually not how it feels. Like there's a blatant stepping forward to some heavy things here and correcting injustices, any sort of injustice, because you have a lot of light. Like look at all those snakes attracted to the light on her head. Blessings is right underneath it. Blessings in a basket. Blessings in a basket. It's kind of reminding me of that smudging stuff. Just very indigenous, sacred understanding and appreciation. Because I feel like somebody tried to... This is the whole vampire thing. I don't know if a fear was instilled. Boundaries. Then there's that black cat right behind it. Okay. So there's a grandmother spirit, crone energy, mother maiden crone, who is working with the spirit animal if you don't actually have a black cat or some form of black cat. And she is helping to maintain the boundary of not only your heart, but your home's heart. Your home's heart. I believe this grandmother or elder energy works with the dragon, and it can move through the dragon energy. But the cat is the cat. Very Sabrina the Teenage Witch kind of feel in a fun way, because I was just asked to say don't make it so heavy, don't make it heavier than it already potentially is being digested. We're trying to get rid of that heaviness because it's not called for. It's actually not. We just don't want to make it heavier. Spring-Hill Jack came through. Yeah, if there was a relationship that didn't work out, or somebody around you that just kind of, I don't know, just didn't work out. I feel like they still watch you, or again, could have kept a treasure, and even by seeing the trinkets that they maybe left behind, taking time to look at them and feel the energy of the memories, the quality of the memories. Is it positive or negative? And can help you discern what in your home and your placement, what surrounds you, what helps ground you. Is it of high frequency or low frequency? And that doesn't mean to say if it's sorrow that it's low, but does the sorrow lead to, a brilliance of understanding, or an appreciation or a gratitude for what you learned about yourself, this, that, or the other. Regeneration has come through. If there is something about a commitment that didn't work out, I want to note that I'm seeing her look up over at him. And he might have just been a little too casual. And you're like, excuse me, are we doing this? Are we doing this? Kind of feels soulmatey. But is this the right lifetime? Just the right lifetime. Two of airships. Even if the relationship or the commitment with those rings was severed or broken, there's a potential, if it does come around again, that it could be, has the chance to be harmonious, but are really having to let go of what was. Yeah, some sort of illumination is coming through. Where did I talk about that? I feel like that's like the Medusa. Oh, that's coming in through the emotions. The high heart holds the key. So when you're, I see this constant reflection of things, right? When you're looking at people, places, or things in your home and around your area, even the way where you interact, do they add light or dark? How do you see and feel the reflection? Nine of submersibles, because coming back to the beginning of the whole mermaid thing, is it cutting you off? Warmth, cool, air, water, thoughts, emotions. And when you look at that reflection, just coming into perfect acceptance for you, acceptance of you. This is your alchemy. This is your alchemy of what you want. I feel like a lot of cards are coming through here, but it's fantastic. It's quite the journey. I'm not going to lie. It's quite the journey. This feels very empowering, and I want that to be known. It feels empowering because you're meeting it. Messenger, exactly, with that red hair. You are not afraid to meet your messages. But there's, in all of this, there's no fear to meet it because you know the people, places, and things. I feel like that's a lot smaller than a lot of your environment that can help. I'm not going to lie, like the conversation, I'm going up here, thank you. The conversation about, or in and around Thanksgiving. If we can get a little bit more on that. It could even been about, if it's not with the black sheeps, there's two symbols in there. One's more triangular in nature, and the other one is more circular in nature. I feel like I'm seeing someone with chopsticks that can't pick things up. I shouldn't say much. I'm not overly qualified, but I do try and learn. Somebody might have stuck their nose in your business. High Priestess. Okay. I think they're sensing your growth and things are starting to work in your favor if they haven't been already, but now it's like almost like really starting to reap the rewards of that. And it might be ticking somebody off who, and I don't mean that in a nasty way, but, and this is why it feels like surprising, emotionally surprising, just like the very, very beginning card. Right? Do you see the relationship between that? It could be a brother or a father figure. It's a prominent male. But things are turning in your favor. You're blending your intuition and your intellect, of course. And this is bringing about a particular emotional freedom that is releasing you from particular fears, the illumination. But it could be somebody really close to you in this conversation. Maybe this conversation was even silent, but you just recognize somebody in this conversation, family even. That might have been the illumination, somebody in your family. Or somebody close by, right? Family is a big, broad word. It doesn't have to be in the bloodline. She's from the bloodline. Grandma's from the bloodline. Something about the fear. the injustice. Walking away. You have the strength to do it. But you're not going to be driven. You're not going to be lured by somebody else's wants for you, somebody else's opinions for you, of you. Because, Andria, like, there's a blatant, like, it comes in over and over and over again. Highly empathic as well. And this may come through on the one side of your family, of the male side of your family, but the female side of the family. Okay, so the male side, whether it comes from there, but it could also be that that's where it's, where's the card? This is what happens when I get all chaotic. Anyway, so the male side might be like vampirically draining your empathic energy. Again, this could be friends, foes, this, that, or the other, but family, whoever would sit at this table at Thanksgiving, metaphorically, symbolically, or literally, right? That could be some sort of illumination. And you're like, oh, they keep giving you these treats to distract you. And you're like, not distracted no more. And they know that. They know that. All right, Andria, let's close out here. Let's start closing out. Thank you so much. Your Inkblot has been extremely introspective. Really introspective. And at the same time, though it could feel like dark and dangerous, like a mysterious mystery almost, I want to note that it's highly intelligent, because there's moving through things that, almost like a sharp wit. All right. What do I want to add on here to start closing for Andria? Thank you. Magic of you. How fitting, because you are so magical. That's blatantly coming through. Mystical, maybe. Maybe magic isn't necessarily the word I'm hearing. That would be okay, but it's mystical. There's a mysticism about who you are. Black hair. Black hair. Black hair. I think somebody might have tried to do voodoo on you. Not really sure. I'm just going to draw one more, and then I will completely share this with you. Okay, Andria, there is a solution to every problem. So whatever you might be going through right now, like coming back to the beginning of that thing, that entity, the energy, the like weird slug thing, there is a solution. It's not going to be able to drag you down, but I feel like it might have in the past. But again, it's getting smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. We were just talking about it before we were getting ready to close. Honoring your mystical creative force. The mystic. Van Morrison, into the mystic. It is all doable. The key is within your grasp, because you are one with the universe, but there's an embracing of your energy to really step into it. Breaking, I want to note the artistry on this card, and because the camera is backwards, let's see if I can do this without being a crazy person. There it is. See how that hand is busting through? Oh. The very problems that may tie you up. It's like the same landscape for you to realize, for you to know and embody. Your creative force can help overturn, overtake any injustices, knowing that you have people on your side, right? Any sort of fears, you can turn into blessings, Andria. Fears can turn into blessings because you meet them. This relationship, I'm not going to lie, even though there's two people, There's healing going on. It just, I admit, it can go both ways. It can end and it be a blessing, and it might be a little scary to close that chapter completely, or it could be bountiful and beautiful if you guys both get on the same page, is how I'm feeling. And of course you have the grandmother energy, the dragon. You are the mirror of your make it or break it. And whatever injustice has tried to attach itself to you, they do know. They do know, because this whole Inkblot, the feathers and the smudging, the orbs and the spirits, to this whole being that is working in the mystical, like, thank you. I don't know if the camera will catch it, but up here, you have a hidden flame, like a lighthouse. There was one of those cards before I decided to put them all away. It's fine. It's fine. She was illumination. She had fire and a flame. It's whatever is like a big old necklace, whatever is hanging over your neck, hanging. I see it like a blob, like stretching out. If it was like tar or something, and then bloop, and that's what I just heard it, and now I don't know how to say it. Like, and that's how she rolls. But I don't think that's it. That's how the story's told. There's some sort of saying that closes something out. Anyway, Andria, thank you so much for this investigative, introspective Inkblot. I feel like there's so much more, and I could dive in for a lot longer. But I will see you shortly, Source Andria. So we can enjoy that journey then as well. So to all the black sheeps out there and all the other Andrias that are black sheeps or contend with that, know that you are not alone. And until next time, thank you so much.